it is time to film the long-awaited full face makeup tutorial. Long-awaited. We have been waiting to do this. Hey guys, so welcome to my channel. If you guys don't already know who I am, I'm Miss Jasmine Ray, and I've been saying for like the past couple months that I'm gonna do a full face tutorial, and I haven't. I have not. I've been so busy. I also got really sick multiple times, so that was not fun. And I was like, I really don't want to film a full face makeup tutorial while I'm dying on the camera. I'm sorry if I'm whispering. So my husband and his friend are both still sleeping. It's like legitimately an ASMR makeup video because I can't be that loud. Back to what I was saying. I was trying to film this video months ago, but I got sick. My husband got sick, and then we recovered, and then we got sick again. Doesn't matter. We're gonna do this tutorial because I'm not like dying anymore. So let's get started. Start with eyebrows. So for my eyebrows, I take NARS. This is like literally my favorite product for eyebrows. Okay, disclaimer, because this is a long get ready with me while I do my makeup so we can chit chat and get to know each other. Face, I do lots of makeup. I always do like a really extended full face. I know I don't really need it, but it's not about needing it. It's about me enjoying the process, and I love to wear lots of makeup. It's my favorite thing. So in today's look, we're doing the full extended full face because that's my favorite, which is what I call all the glamorous look, the full glam look. I'm sorry, I talk a lot, so that's why I wanted to do a long form video, because I like to talk. NARS. All about technique. I'm all about technique. That's how you get really good in life and anything, is you really watch technique and how it is applied. Let me put my head back so you guys get the best angle. I'm gonna go right underneath my... Gotta put my head down a little bit so I can see, but I'm gonna go right underneath where my hair is. And I'm gonna keep this look on the little bit of a lighter side today, just because it is during the daytime and I'm sitting right in front of a window, so I don't need to do it as dark as if I were going out. When I do my makeup, I actually tend to like my eyebrows a little bit thinner, so I'm gonna thin out my eyebrows a little bit, not a lot, but just a little bit. I'm gonna curve it downward a little bit more. Like that. Okay, eyebrows done. So my goal here today is to show you guys how you can do pretty much a full face in about 15 minutes. I do my full face in about 10 to 15 minutes. I know it takes other women way longer, but I wanted to show you guys that there's actually a brilliant way to do it in under 10 minutes. I've done it my whole life. I love doing makeup, so I've learned over time that if I'm gonna be a full face makeup person, I need to learn how to do it really fast. So this is gonna be probably like unfiltered, uncut version of my makeup, so that you guys can see how I do it under 10 minutes. My eyebrows are done. That was it. You see, I'm gonna show you guys up close. I'm gonna blend this in a little bit. I've carved out my eyebrows, and now I'm gonna move on to my skin. You're gonna make fun of me, but I use e.l.f. and I've been using e.l.f. since I was in middle school. The formula is just so good on my skin. I can't really explain it. I've never had any problems over the years, and I think we all know that they're really affordable. They're only $6 each, so I literally probably run through 3 concealers every couple months. So it keeps my costs down, but I get to wear, I get to do my full face. So I like to start off with my darker color, and this color is really dark on me. Not really dark, but it's like kind of more my concealer color. But I like to start with it because I like to go in really light, and I've learned over time that when I start with like a color that's my color, then when I do the lighter color, it doesn't look as crazy. I've always liked to use what I call a flat brush, and this is like my favorite brush for concealer because you're just gonna dab and you're gonna blend. I have a mirror right here, so I'm gonna look at myself in the mirror. Going across my nose. I go over my lips just to make sure that they're like nice and pale so that we can put on really nice lip color later. I also feel that when my lips are a little bit more dehydrated, my lip gloss, my lip liner, and all of that actually stays on a lot better. Okay, so now we did our face. It's a little bit dark, which that's fine because we're gonna add lots of layers to it. Fix that. Okay, now next we're gonna do the lighter concealer, which are right underneath my eyes. Like I said, I like a lot of makeup. I wear lots of makeup. Unapologetically, I wear lots of makeup because I love it. I'm just gonna go in, and we're actually gonna be a little bit more careful with this one. I'm trying to do it so you guys can see the best. And we're going to actually be kind of gentle towards the eyes this time because you want it more concentrated and more focused on where you placed it. So you're gonna be a little bit more careful with your what I call stippling. It's kind of funny because then I'll watch newer tutorials of younger women do makeup, and it's just so amazing to me how talented everybody is. But what I have noticed is they don't really know how to they don't know the brushes, and they don't know the techniques and what they're called. So I just think that, I love that the beauty industry has blown up, but also I think it kind of makes me sad because you realize that a lot of these young women, they don't understand the art that goes behind it. They're just doing it. They're just putting it on their face, and they don't really understand. I don't know, I'm just so I think I just get so nostalgic because I love makeup so much, and then when I see people there's millions and millions and millions of makeup channels now, and when I see other people do it, it's just not the same as when Michelle Phan was doing her makeup transformations. That's an old name, and if you're a makeup person, you know who that is. And next we're gonna do my bronzing. So I'm gonna bronze out the parts of my face I want a little bit darker. So for my bronzer, I like to use a really big fluffy brush, and because I'm already pretty tan and pretty dark, I don't really buy bronzer. Bronzer is a little bit lighter than me sometimes, so what I'll do is I'll go in and I'll go to the foundation section, and I'll try to find the darkest foundation color that I can find. And so right now I've been using this is L'Oreal True Match. I'm gonna do it on my cheeks right here and then on the bottom. I want to tell you guys, this makeup is cry proof and waterproof, and I know this because I've swam in the ocean, I've gone swimming in pools, and if you apply the makeup properly, you shouldn't really have problems with bodies of water. Okay, so now I'm just using a translucent powder. I use ColourPop right now. I was using a different one earlier, but it's kind of hard to find, and I obviously, if you guys can't tell, I wear drugstore makeup, and I wear drugstore makeup because I feel that, first of all, it doesn't make my skin break out. Everyone's like, oh, it makes my skin break out. It doesn't affect mine. My skin doesn't break out at all to any makeup, pretty much. But anyway, you're going underneath your eyes with the translucent powder, and I just put it on the back of the lid like this. I'm going like that. But yeah, so my makeup, my face doesn't normally break out. I don't have sensitive skin, so for me, drugstore is just easier to buy. And my skin has been used to the formula since I was a child, and now I'm an adult. So I've stayed with it. I'm one of those people that once I like something, that's all I'll ever use. You know, I'll just like that one product for that one thing. So like this NARS for my eyebrows, I've been using this product for like 10 years straight, only on my eyebrows. This product I will only use as my bronzer for like 10 years straight. I'm very, very like predictable when it comes to like what products I have, because I don't really go out of my range anymore. So after I did my my under eyes, with going back in with my bronzer, and I think that's also another technique I don't see a lot of people doing when I watch their videos, is they don't go back and forth, because you know, makeup is a blend. You gotta blend everything, and I don't know if they're just cutting out the blending, but I'm like, realistically, when you just put on makeup and then you don't blend it out, I'm just like watching them, I'm like, how do they, yeah. So I always go back and forth many times to blend and blend and blend and blend. So now that we've blended out my face and it's pretty blended out, we're actually gonna move on to my eyeshadow, blush, and then lips. And then guess what? We're done. Actually, and then a highlighter too, obviously. But yeah, that took me about 10 minutes, and then we're gonna do this next part. If I wasn't talking, it probably would be like a solid 15 minute total, and that's it. So really, you can do your full face of makeup in like really short amount of time. You just have to like precisely know what you're doing, and then just do it and go for it. I'm gonna do a really basic eyeshadow look. I always do the same, which is a smoky eye. Finishing the rest of my coffee. Like I said, both my husband and his friend are still sleeping, so but the cat woke me up early, and he was like, no, you're getting up. So all the nudes, and like I said, I'm so predictable. I've literally been using this palette since I was in high school, almost 10 years ago. Actually, it's been 10 years. So for 10 years in high school, so maybe 12 years straight, I've been using this palette obsessively every single day. And just start with my eyes. I literally just shut my eye. So obviously I have monolids, guys, monolids, which makes my makeup a little bit easier to do. However, it makes it easier to do, but it gives me less options to do. So that's why it's just, makeup is a little bit, my eyeshadow is always very simple, because I can't really do much. I don't really have like a crease and all that. So I just like to I like to build up the color instead of like starting it with it really, really, really dark. So I'm using this one to kind of just get the color moving and grooving a little bit more, because I like a pop. I like colors to kind of come at you. As you can see, some eyeshadow kind of flew off and got the side of my face, and then I just like swipe it off. Actually, literally just gonna take like one dot like that, and you're gonna start to blend it in. I heard them snoring. I think they're gonna wake up soon. I want to finish the tutorial before they wake up. Blush. I use this really cute like marshmallow. I got it at a beauty store when I was like at a thing, and I think I really liked the packaging. I don't know what it was, but I'm not. Blushes, like I've seen people like get really obsessive over blushes. I'm not an obsessive person over blush. It's hard for me to find a blush color that I like because I'm really dark. I feel like the camera doesn't really capture that I'm really, really tan. I get asked all the time if I go tanning. This is just my natural color. So I like to smile. I like to put it right on my cheeks. Like right on the apples of my cheeks. And I like to put it on my nose, the center of my head, and on my chin. And I like to make sure that three spots are blended out nice and even. You don't want any like non-blended areas. I use mascara on my eyebrows because I have naturally dark eyebrows. I have black eyebrows because my hair is black. So instead of buying like eyebrow product, I just buy mascara. It's a 2-in-1, and sometimes I'll even just, I know you're not supposed to do that with lashes, but I still do it. And then same with this side. Just slowly drag that across my eyebrows. So if you have black eyebrows, you can do that too. It was quick and simple, as you can see. Done. You just kind of put it on. My highlighter, this is my favorite. It's a highlighter stick by NARS. I actually got it for free. I think it came with something else that I bought. So it's this huge NARS stick in the color Orgasm, because it probably does, I don't know, oh wow, you can actually, the camera picked it up really well, and it's so nice. I like to put it on the, you can see, and then I like to put it on my brow bone as well. I'll just add it to the brow bone up here, and then I also like to go down my nose, on my chin, top of my lip, a little bit up here. So as you can see, I've placed it in a lot of areas. Now, I have naturally really dry skin, so naturally I'm gonna like to look a little bit more oily. That I used for my blush, I'm using here. And you just go in and I use it as like a soft filter over my whole face. It's really not even like, I'm not even doing it that hard. Really, I'm just blending out the tiny bit of shimmer that I kind of put all over my face, just to give it a really natural glow. Okay, and then last but not least, I'm actually just gonna, so now that I'm looking at my makeup, what I'll always do, I always do this, I always add like final touches. So I'll go back in with certain products just to make them look deeper. So blush, I'm gonna deepen it out a little bit and do this. I'm gonna really smudge it in, so I really want it to look, I want to add a lot more, I want to add a little bit more depth to my look. Back in usually with my other blush, and I just kind of smooth all my whole face together, smooth it all out. And then if you wanted to, you don't have to, but if you wanted to, you could go back in with your concealer and conceal it, make it a little bit brighter. I'm not gonna do that. I normally do if it's nighttime and I'm going out and I want it to look like super dramatic, but it's during the day right now and it's Saturday, so we're not doing all that. But I'm gonna do my lips and then we're done. I'm using NYX lip liner, and then I sharpened it because I like it really sharp to get like the nice edges. So here we go, let's do my lips. Get it look a little bit more natural. L'Oreal Paris. It's by L'Oreal. Oh, my lipstick always looks kind of 90s. I like it though. I like to go for that like Pamela Anderson 90s look. You don't have to do it. It's just what I personally like on myself. Because I'm a pink girly and I just love anything that's like girly. But yeah, so last but not least, I'm gonna be adding a lip gloss over. And then if you wanted to add a last couple touches, I'll show you guys what you can do to make this whole look a tiny bit more elevated. But this is pretty much the final look. The only thing I'm going to do left is add a couple finishing touches to elevate the entire look, and then you're done. So I'm going to go in with this palette, and this color right here is a really intense silverish color. Go in and I'm going to put it on my tear duct. And this, like I said, it elevates the entire look. I don't know why, but it goes from like normal makeup to wow, wearing makeup. I used to wear this look a lot when I was younger, and then I stopped for a long time, and I brought it back, and I'm keeping it. I brought it back and I'm keeping it. So yeah, it's my little, like I said, it kind of like elevates the whole look a little bit. And then lastly, I'm actually gonna put it on my brow bone. I remember when I was younger, somebody told me you're never supposed to put shimmer on your brow bone. It makes you look old. Well, honey, I'm trying to look old. I don't know. I've always liked it. I think it, if done right, catches the sunlight so beautifully. And if you do it correctly, you can blend it into your highlighter that you had right here. So it kind of is like the seamless, catches your eye in like different lighting. The lighting, the shimmer catches your eye in different lighting. So anything you do to one side, you have to choose the other side, obviously. So I'm just matching it. And I just make sure that this is all nice and blended out. Okay, so we have officially finished the full face. I just wanted to show you guys up close and personal the makeup so you can see, but it's absolutely stunning. It's flawless, seamless, and stunning. It looks great in photos. You can do variations of this. You can obviously go lighter, you can go darker, you can do different colors. But this is pretty much the basis of how I do my full face. I don't wear any foundation because I have relatively good skin. But yeah, so if you guys like this tutorial, let me know in the comments. I'm gonna try to post more long form videos. But yeah, so I'm so excited I finally got to share this tutorial with you guys. My birthday is actually coming up in a couple weeks, so maybe I'll film like a little birthday look. That'll be fun and exciting. And I just started my YouTube channel, so I love, feedback on what you guys think, and I'm so excited to be part of the YouTube community. So bye, thank you guys, and I will see you guys in my next video.